A brief about Maharaj. Maharaj is a distinguished motivational monk and spiritual leader in ISKCON. Originally a chemical engineering graduate from NIT Trichy, India, Maharaj found deep inspiration in the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, which led him to embrace the life of a full-time monk. With over 35 years of dedicated service, Maharaj has held numerous leadership roles within ISKCON, including co-zonal secretary in South India and member of ISKCON India Trustee Bureau. He has also served as a project director for many key ISKCON developments, as well as deputy GBC and outreach committee chair, playing a pivotal role in the growth and outreach of the movement. In addition to his leadership and managerial responsibilities, Maharaj is a respected publisher, blogger, and teacher. His passion lies in sharing the timeless wisdom of Vedas, especially with the younger generation, and he's known for his ability to tailor his talks to resonate deeply with his audience, inspiring and motivating all who hear him. We're so fortunate to have you here today, Maharaj. Thank you very much. Devotees, a lot of other devotees will keep coming, so request all of you all to please come forward as much as you all can.
Please come forward. I'm pure vegetarian. Move in. The others are coming, right?
Yes.
From this side or that side?
They will come and sit in the back.
No, there's a way for them to be made.
They won't come here. They'll come from the back. That way.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. By here, Karthik, you can move on.
What do you want to speak on? Bhagavad Gita book kudunga. Hare Krishna, very happy to be here with all of you. Don't believe everything she said. I'm just a cool Swami. I'm available and accessible. But she forgot to say one qualification. I'm trying to be a servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. That alone she has not mentioned in her readings. And so I'm available. Right. Where do we read? No, I leave it to you. You tell me. Page 259 or 2.59? Verse 2.59. What is that? Wow. Okay. So we will read something from Prabhupada's book. We will read a verse today. Normally what you do, it's a Bhagavad Gita verse that you will deal with. Okay. 259. Chapter 2, text 59. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasovarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Please repeat. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasovarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasovarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina raso varjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. One from the men's side, one from the ladies' side, chant. Vishayah, objects for sense enjoyment. Vinivartate, are practiced to be refrained from. Niraharasya, by negative restrictions. Dehinaha, for the embodied. Rasavarjam, giving up the taste. Rasaha, sense of enjoyment. Api, although there is. Asya, his. Param, far superior things. Drishtva, by experiencing. Nivartate, he ceases from. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation: though the embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, the taste for sense objects remains, but ceasing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. Please repeat. Though the embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, the taste for sense objects remains, but ceasing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. Purport: unless one is transcendentally situated, it is not possible to cease from sense enjoyment. The process of restriction from sense enjoyment by rules and regulations is something like restricting a diseased person from certain types of eatables. The patient, however, neither likes such restrictions nor loses his taste for eatables. Similarly, sense restriction by some spiritual process like Ashtanga Yoga, in the matter of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, etc., is recommended for less intelligent persons to have no better knowledge, who have no better knowledge. But one who has tasted the beauty of the Supreme Lord Krishna, in the course of his advancement in Krishna consciousness, no longer has a taste for dead material things. Therefore, restrictions are there for the less intelligent neophytes in the spiritual advancement of life. But such restrictions are only good until one actually has a taste for Krishna consciousness. When one is actually Krishna conscious, he automatically loses his taste for pale things. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Makhyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guraho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. The saga of the conditioned soul, how he is entrapped in matter, how he is addicted to material sense gratification, and how to get him out of it is being discussed here. In order to understand this, we should also understand very clearly what is the meaning of our situation. Where are we? What are we into? And how we are situated. You see, then only we can get ourselves out. That knowledge is being given. Even in a fight against the enemy, we need to know who is that enemy, what strengths he has, what weaknesses he has, and what is my chance, what strength and weakness I have. In this way, you need to strategize and then achieve victory. In the same way, if you want to be freed from material entanglement, it's also a science. You can understand the science of how to get out because you are stuck. So these are very subtle, deep entanglements. These are not very gross, right? So many times you'll think in the gross side of it, I'm able to do this, but you're not able to free yourself from the subtle level where really you're entrapped. That's what is being said. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya jehina. You may restrain yourself physically, externally, but the real problem is inside. It's got to do with you and your attachment. That will not get away so easily just by externally cutting off something. It's just a matter of time, right? You will jump back into it because basically deep inside, the software has not yet been altered. So you can restrain the hardware from functioning a little bit this way, that way, temporarily. But if you don't change the programming, it'll repeat itself again and again. That's not enough if you just do a cosmetic change. That is being said here. Krishna is giving the hint how to do it. So first, let's just understand what Krishna is saying when you say, I'm stuck in it. Right? How many of you understand that? What do you understand by, I am stuck in it? First, you must recognize the problem. Do you recognize the problem that you're conditioned and you're stuck? That's the first problem. If you don't understand that, why will you work for getting out of it? First of all, do I believe that I'm stuck? Do I believe that I'm entangled? That, do you have faith? Ask yourself. Do you understand that? Yes or no? Sorry for asking very touchy questions. So I'm going to try to explain to you what it means. Do you understand that you are stuck, entangled, entrapped, imprisoned? Do you feel that? Do you feel that? Hey, interesting. I'm not able to focus, so something must be wrong inside. Fine. What else? Yeah. Hey, you have an experience that you're not joyful. The other means you're not very happy. Right. Yeah. Yeah, you have knowledge about the higher taste, and it's not happening to me. So I must be stuck. Okay. So condition. Oh, okay. Somebody else. No satisfaction. No satisfaction. Yeah, these are all. Go ahead. Okay. You know that you're stuck in cycle of birth and death. Right. I'm going to ask you, you know you're a conditioned soul. That's why all these things happening to you, right? What's the meaning of conditioned soul? So then you'll understand this better. Do you experience that you're a conditioned soul? Which means you're stuck. Do you experience conditioning? Do you know your unconditioned state? That's why it's important. I'll just give you a small example, which I normally give to newcomers. You may be knowing more than that, you're all devotees, but still for this instance, you know, in my younger days, I would go to the circus. How many of you have gone to circus? You love it, right? I love it. Even today, I'm willing to go and sit on the circus. Watching the trapeze artists swing from one to the woo loop and to keep you a bated breath. And they have this big net underneath. In case you fall down, they catch them. Very dangerous, but they'll do it. That was one of my most favorite things. I want to see the trapeze. It goes on for 1 hour from this end to that end and this end, do all sorts of acrobatics, gymnastics. The next best thing I would like is the lion tamer. The lion tamer, the lion will come in a big cage. Huh? It's interesting. And the lion, the cage will be open and there's one thin guy there, that the white and the thin mush. When I mentioned this I was just up in there in Charlotte, they were very absorbed. And I said, wow. So I thought I'll tell that to you here. Thin guy with a white cap like that, little long hat. He's got in his hands a whip, and in the other hand, he's got a small stick. He just keeps it like this. Full white, and white shoes also. Right? Look like a real film actor. He will come and crack the whip. Then the cage will open and the lion will come out. Oh, and everybody will, my gosh, this lion is free. The whole gallery of people watching, the pin drop silence. Anytime the lion will climb up and come up the gallery, but it won't. The lion will go, he'll crack his hip and stand on the stool. It will go and stand on a small stool. That heavy lion will balance it and stand on the stool. And then he'll crack his whip again. And there'll be a big circle of fire burning. It'll jump through that and fall on the other side. And everybody is clapping, my gosh. And then he'll come and he'll crack his whip again, come and sit on the stool again. Balance, pretty shaky stool. Just a small stool. Just standing on it. Then he will crack his whip. It will open its mouth. He will go there and he'll tell everybody like this, put his head inside the mouth of the lion. That was the peak performance for me. My gosh, everybody, he's put his head inside the lion's mouth. And the lion is holding his mouth like that for a whole minute. You'll do that in a standing ovation. My gosh. His head is inside the lion's mouth. And all the canines of the lion, you can see. Maybe nowadays, if you take a close-up, you can actually see on your phone. And then he will come out of that. And then the lion will still be opening his mouth until he cracks the whip. Then he'll close his mouth. It'll be salivating. Right? Then he will send it back into the cage and it will disappear, and he will bow down to everybody in all 360 directions. People will be crazy applauding him. Okay? Great, right? How do you like that? Do you like that? Yeah. So, but the important thing in our example that I want to show you is this lion is made to forget, I am the king of the forest. You bloody well know I am a lion. If I growl, every animal scatters. And if I'm on a hunt, everybody scatters. They're scared like nothing. I'm powerful. I can deal with any animal, an elephant, you name it. Right? I can pounce on them and give a slap and sprain their whole neck and tear them apart and eat them up. I am lion. But whom do you see there? Is that behaving like a lion? What animal is it behaving like? A mouse, maybe. Right? What has he done to that lion? First, he catches the lion, wild lion, they tie it up. They just not feed anything to you for 1 week. Just some little water to lick or some small little soup or something. Some chicken soup or a little bit. Just to keep it alive. And then he will beat it to stand on the stool. He'll still hold it by the chain and all that. And it'll be very rebellious. They'll all 4 guys together pull it this way and say, stand on the stool. And they'll make it stand on the stool and then give a piece of meat. Every time it stands on the stool, it'll get a little meat. Condition it. You do this work, you'll get food. You'll do this, you'll get a lamb. You do this, train it. He is training it. He's conditioning it. There's no way. If you don't listen to me, you'll starve. Beat it. He'll beat it like nothing. Just the lion is forced to lose its lion nature. And then it surrenders. Okay, stand on the stool. Please give me something to eat. The lion has become, slowly it takes months together. And then gradually they bring it to the circus in the public place and say, do it. And as soon as he goes into the cage, he knows he's going to get a big chunk of meat. So he'll do it. He's conditioned that I perform, I am rewarded. I perform, I am rewarded. But he has forgotten his lionness. He's no more a lion. He's forgotten completely. This is the meaning of a conditioned lion. That a thin guy can control you. A thin fellow with a small whip in his hand can control you and put his head inside your mouth. You dare not close your mouth. This is conditioning. Okay? You are just like that lion. You have completely forgotten who you are. The Upanishads say that the soul is as brilliant as thousands of suns. I'm sure you have felt this, right? You've seen yourself as thousands of suns? No. Your whole potency, your power, your capacity, all that is dumbed down by material nature. Sattvam rajas tama iti guna prakriti sambhavaha nibadnanti mahabaho dehe dehinam abhyayam. Krishna is explaining in the 14th chapter in the 3 modes. Nibadnanti. The soul is conditioned by the 3 modes. You cannot get out of it. Cannot get out of it. So this is what you are. You are like a conditioned lion in the circus which you go and enjoy. Oh, nice. No. You are also one. You have been conditioned, beaten, and you're made to behave in a particular way. Swabhavastu pravartate. You will act according to your swabhava, according to the influence of the modes on you. But this is all so normalized. It is, we live in the material world and everybody is conditioned, so we don't mind. It's normalized. You don't see the difference. That's why I was asking you, do you know what it means by experience to understand that you are a conditioned soul? Mostly we don't know. We just take this statement, we write it, and Bhakti Shastri exam, we cut and pasted it, and we get the Singata certificate, and then you go around your conditioned life. So you must understand when Prabhupada is saying, he explained it very explicitly in many places, a conditioned soul. When I ask people, who are you? Normally, I'm spirit soul, I'm spirit soul. No, you're not. You're conditioned soul. You're not spirit soul. What is it? That's not the lion. It's a conditioned lion, which has nothing to do with lion nature. So when you are a conditioned soul, you have nothing to do with your original nature. Okay? In that situation, you are very addicted to the material taste that you get from it, from different material objects and different material experiences. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina. You are conditioned to enjoy in a particular way. Right? So Krishna is telling, the way to get out of this conditioning is raso varjam rasopyasya, a higher taste. When you get, you will give up the lower taste. It is deconditioning. You're slowly reminded that, man, you're a lion. Remember, you're a lion. If the lion in the circus remembers I'm a lion, imagine what will happen in that circus. It'll just jump and attack the tamer first. That fellow cannot do anything actually. He'll also run into the crowd because it has remembered that I am not what you think I am. So when you go on the path of deconditioning yourself by chanting Hare Krishna, rendering service to Krishna, and all that, you are slowly developing a higher taste of yourself, a higher taste, Krishna. And who is Krishna? Pastimes of Krishna. You're reading the Bhagavatam, association. All these are higher tastes. You'll not immediately like them. But as much as you're purified, that much you'll like them. We develop a taste for chanting Hare Krishna, develop a taste for reading the Bhagavad Gita, develop a taste for being with devotees and doing Harinamas and Kirtan, hearing Krishna Katha, then you like it. When that happens to you, you think, I don't want to go to a movie. I don't want to sit and browse and watch some YouTube, this thing. I don't want to read any the goddamn stuff. I want to read only this. It's great. Because you started developing ruchi, taste. That's called a higher taste. That higher taste you get only from association of a higher person. He's sophisticated in his tastes. He's very high. He doesn't want all this cheap stuff. He knows this won't last. I go for Krishna. I go for bhakti. I go for the taste of the holy name. I go for the taste of hearing Krishna Katha. Right? Then what happens is, these other material objects will pale into insignificance. They are no more attractive. And you'll be very surprised. Why? This is not interesting me anymore. You can see this happening in your life. It's not, initially I remember I was working as a project engineer design and I came to the temple in Bangalore. It was west of Cord Road in small place, rented place. And I had gone to Bombay and I had visited the temple and I was interested in the philosophy and all that. So I came and I was a heavy tea drinker. Minimum 7 to 8 cups of tea I'll drink every day. That's all, nothing else. And because of that, I was getting some problems in my blood and all sorts of things in my... but I was like struggling with that a little bit, but I could drink a hot cup of tea. So I remember they told me, we don't drink coffee, tea, we don't... I said, no way, can't do that, drinking tea. Forget it, man. Like that I was thinking in my mind. And that devotee, I remember his name, Ambarish. He's a Malaysian devotee. He said, no problem. You will stop drinking tea. I said, great. Who's going to stop me from drinking tea? He said, you chant Hare Krishna. I didn't believe it. Then he gave me prasadam. It was very nice. I think it was Bhakti Vinoda Thakur's appearance day or something I went. He kept a plate of prasadam for me. I said, "So it's for me, so much. I don't eat so much. It's prasadam you can eat." And a lot of sweet, and for the first time I was eating a mango chutney, sweet and sour. Wow, this is great. I ate it fully, relished it. Then I was thinking that next week I'll come here again. I was planning in my mind. But what was happening to me is I was slowly getting exposed to a higher taste. And he was so good to me. I said, this guy is just a very nice guy, just simply nice to me. I'm not doing anything. So I started coming. And he was very smart. You know, he thought I'm an engineer, I'm working, and I got good money and all that. Then he will say, please come again. Then he'll give me his mala. And he said, treated so nicely, lot of prasadam I ate. And then he said, only one thing I'm asking you. You chant 1 round a day. Then I said, so I don't like to chant, man. Can I can read if you want. Chanting, I cannot do. Remember saying this. He said, okay, you read Science of Self-Realization, this book and all. Perfect questions. I said, I'll read. Reading, I can do. And I read. When I read, inside the reading, it says, you must chant Hare Krishna. So I thought, this fellow is trying to market to me in a different way. Huh? I'll not chant like that. I'll not chant. Little, puffed up. So, but I was feeling that if I go now next week, he'll ask, did you chant? So 1 round I'll chant, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, chanted. And went for the program. Then he said, Hari Bol. He never spoke to me about chanting. I thought, oh, he's not asking me chanting. Why did I chant? Anyway, I thought, then he gave me prasadam again. And then he said, Janmashtami is coming. Would you like to come? I said, Krishna's birthday. He said, okay, I'll try to come on Janmashtami day. He said, I'll keep prasadam for you separately. You come and you come from the backside like this, and you take a little. All opportunities to indulge in prasadam. Then Kirtan and all that, I would never dance. No, this is not the way to worship God, jump and dance. I was thinking like that. But then, in my heart, I was thinking, these fellows are so happy, they are jumping and dancing. No, I should not dance. But then I was thinking, nobody is watching me. Why don't I just dance? These guys are enjoying. So slowly, I started getting the Kirtan and dancing with them. And then I was dancing. Then I ate prasadam and said, why? This is good. This is good. And then over a period of time, when Janmashtami, he said, one more, I want to ask you one request. Today is Janmashtami. Everybody takes Sankalpa. Why don't you chant 8 rounds per day? I was very shocked. This is how it's going to be? 8 rounds? I don't think I can chant. I'm a design engineer. I work till 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the night. I go in the morning at 7 o'clock and I, travel a lot. And I'm coming all the way here and it's not possible for me. He's told me one thing. It's like, time is like a rubber band, he said. You see, pull the rubber band, see, it stretches. If you start chanting, your time will stretch. Available time to you will also stretch. And it will go inside that. It will be accommodated. You will be very surprised. Now, when I'm thinking about it, I said, what a smart guy he was. He made me agree. He said, you'll be very surprised. If you want to do it, you'll be able to do it. And then I could not say, no, it's Janmashtami, and I eaten a tummy full of prasad. And he is giving me a mala and saying, today you take the Sankalpa from Prabhupada. I said, okay, I will try, but I don't guarantee. I told you it will stretch. It was true that I was being walked into a higher taste. And this is how Prabhupada also did to all the devotees there. Come eat prasadam, dance, chant. It is just, and then over a period of time, they knew that dancing, chanting, or they were, and slowly he put the rules and regulations. No meat eating, no intoxication. No, this, like that. So, this Raso varjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. The soul is seeking that higher taste. The soul is seeking Krishna and that taste. You will be very surprised that we are looking for Krishna. Prabhupada said, as Prabhupada, everybody is looking for Krishna, but they don't know. But they don't know. What is the shloka that says that? Everybody is coming towards me. I'm a little brain dead. What is the shloka in the Bhagavad Gita? Everybody is coming towards me. Very famous slogan. You don't know? Sorry, I'm not getting the beginning. Just give me the first beginning, I can tell you. Fine. Krishna is saying that everybody is actually coming towards me. Whichever path they choose, whatever, I am the ultimate. They're moving towards me only. So the soul is hungry for Krishna, but it does not know because of the material conditioning. And so gradually, by an experience of a higher taste, especially association with somebody who is a devotee, that's a higher taste. Gradually, the soul becomes exposed to a higher taste. Raso varjam raso pyasya param drishtva, higher param nivartate. He becomes fixed in consciousness. So this is a doable. Krishna himself is saying it will happen like this because this is the mechanics. This is how it works. This is how you're conditioned. You expose yourself to Krishna through the chanting of the holy name, through reading Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavatam, through association, through prasadam, through Kirtan, through worship and seeing the beautiful forms of the Lord. Gradually, you will find it pale and insignificant, whatever you were doing, not needed. My chai drinking all stopped within the first 1 week itself. And I wondered at that time, my gosh, I'm not really very interested. But still I was thinking, no, at least 1 cup with me, 2 cups like that. And then slowly, they told me that you don't have to drink this chai. We have herbal tea. You drink this. Whenever you feel like drinking chai, you drink this. And after that, I didn't drink that also. And I was always amazed, how did I stop drinking chai? It happened. It's a higher taste. So this happens to you in your life. Prabhupada has crafted the Krishna consciousness movement in such a way that anybody who comes in will have an experience of a higher taste in some way. Swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. You may render a little service to Krishna, and Krishna lends you that higher taste. And then you come for that again and again. Something somewhere makes me feel good. I don't know what it is, but I like it. It's chanting, it's not really about eating the food. Because I can go to any restaurant and pay money and eat. But it's not just about that. It's about something else that attracts me deeply inside. And I like that. And I go searching for it. That's how you get attracted. See? So whatever happens, the taste of Krishna consciousness always remains. So one may face many things in his life. Sometimes we have upheavals in the country. We have upheavals in our own personal lives. And in the institution that you work is gone, there may be some other type of upheaval. In the material world. But this taste of Krishna consciousness that you had will keep you going. It's very strong. And it is very relishable. So people come for tasting that. Why all of you are coming all the way on a Sunday, and you may be driving a long way and coming? Because there is a taste in this. In the association of devotees, we discuss Katayantas cha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Krishna is saying, while they hear katha about me, tushyanti ramanti. Tushyanti means satisfied. Very satisfying. Ramanti means enjoyable. That's why bhakti is like eating a good meal when you're hungry. That example is used in the Bhagavatam. Tushti pushti kshud apaya hai anughasam. It's mentioned if you're hungry and you sit down for a good meal, right? As soon as you take the first few mouthfuls, you're satisfied, your hunger is appeased. Kshud apaya hai. Pushti, you feel nourished and strong. These three things happen to you. Tushti, pushti, kshud apaya hai. Nourishment, hunger appeasement, and good feeling. I'm happy. These things will happen to you. In bhakti also, the soul will deeply experience this. Tushti, pushti, kshuddhavaya. That's why you're coming. Somewhere inside, you have an higher taste experienced and an appeasement and a satisfaction and a nourishment. But gradually you can put your finger on that. This is what's happening to me. My Krishna consciousness is rising up. It's coming out. And if you fan it very carefully and if you look after it carefully, it will grow. It will nicely grow. So this chapter, Krishna is describing that. The entanglement of the senses with the sense objects and how the living entity is conditioned by it and how he is trapped into sense gratification. Dhyayato vishayan pumsah sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kama krodho vilayate krodhat bhavati sammoha sammohat smriti vibhramaha smriti bhramshat buddhinasho buddhinashat pranashyati. He's describing the whole cycle of events, how you get trapped and entangled and controlled. We all have a stake of sense gratification in this world. That's what holds us. It's a sticky thing. We want to enjoy matter, material situation and all that. It's a very sticky thing. And this way we can't get out of this place. It's very sticky. It's not so easy that you can get out of it. The only way is I develop a higher taste for something which is far greater experience. Then only you can defeat this attraction. Then only you can defeat this attraction. So that's the main point here in this. That's why we should carefully engage in Krishna consciousness, which means that you should engage very carefully in all the activities of bhakti. Om Tat Sat. I'm going to stop here and have you ask any questions to take it further. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, I was wondering, how is it possible that if somebody, let's say, practices for a long time bhakti, does it on a higher taste, but then all of a sudden, after many years, somehow or other gets wrapped up back into the sticky situation? How is that?
It gets wrapped up back into
the sticky sense. How does that happen?
Why it should not happen? I want to counter question you first. Why it should not happen?
Because they have purified themselves over 50 years of practicing bhakti.
Okay, that's a statement you made. They have purified themselves for 50 years. Maybe it's not enough. Maybe it's not enough. You know, Bharata Maharaj got himself wrapped up in the bhava stage. Anything can happen to you till you actually become steadily situated. Even if you're liberated, the Bhagavatam says you can fall down. If you don't get stuck to Krishna and devotion, you may be liberated. The Bhagavatam says, "Se Aravinda Vimuktamaninas Tvai Ashtabhavad Avishuddha Buddhaya Aruhya Kritrena Patanti Adaha Jushmatangreya." Angri means lotus feet of the Lord. You may be liberated from matter. You may be liberated from sense gratification also. But if you don't get attached to the lotus feet of Krishna, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, there's a good chance you'll come down again into this material world and again get sticky. So this danger is there even for a liberated person. What to speak of you and me who are trying to get out of sense gratification. So a little mishap, that's going to happen. That's why Krishna says, Api chet sudracharo bhajate mam ananya bhak. In the process of fighting Maya and getting out of it and getting attached to Krishna, there may be a little casualty. There may be a little tripping and all that, right? But generally speaking, you can make it. And it is not uncommon that there are some mishaps here and there. But the strength of your attachment and your taste for Krishna consciousness will take you across that mishap. Because that is definitely more tasty. Raso vajjam rasopya param drishtva. But by force of habit, this has happened to you. Right? But it can't last for too long. Can't last for too long. Bharat Maharaj, it lasted for 1 or 2 lifetimes. He went back to Godhead. In the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, they will tell you about Vishnu Chitta, one of the Alvars, Tondarar Adipodi Alvar. I don't know how to translate that for you, but it's a beautiful story about him. He gives up his entire, his money, everything, and becomes a sevak. This is in Kanchipuram, right? Paradaraja Perumal temple. He becomes a sevak. And his special seva is to make beautiful garlands for the Lord. And he does it very nicely. Right? For a person who's been very qualified and has done a lot of things in his life, sitting making a garland is very easy to focus on. And not only that, he has a beautiful garden, he grows the flowers, and he's absorbed in the Lord, and he does these garlands beautifully on a huge basket. Every day he will offer this, and everybody knows his garlands are so beautiful. What a wonderful offering. What a wonderful devotee. How deeply absorbed he is. Somebody else is looking at this and thinking that, and having a casual conversation, 2 women, and saying that this Vishnu Chitta is such a wonderful devotee. And this lady who's a little, loose lady says, whatever wonderful a person may be, he has certain weaknesses. All of these men have weaknesses. And what are you talking about? Devotee got into a just argument. And he says, I challenge you, you will not be able to do anything to Vishnu Chitta. I'm just paraphrasing, not getting the exact. So I'll challenge you. Shall I do it? I'll do it and show you. I'll stop Vishnu Chitta from doing what he's doing and pay attention to me. Do you want to see it? Let's see it. So this sort of a prostitute type of a lady, it's a long story. She will go and tap at the gate of Vishnu Chitta on a rainy day and said, it's raining, can I just take a little shelter? I said, yeah, come. No. He's not bothered, he's absorbed. He goes absorb himself. And they just saying, then she comes towards the house and says, it's raining too much outside, can I just take shelter a little bit? I said, okay. And he's busy making his garland. Then she slowly creeps upon him. I don't want to go into the details. Creeps upon him and he starts getting enamored by her. And gradually, over a long period of time, several visits, several association, all that, he stops making the garland. And he completely is like a servant of her. And she dictates terms. So he takes up a house, he does other types of things to make money, and he's totally lost. Totally lost. And everybody comes to hear about it. What happened to this guy? He left his family. Some low-class lady, and she's dictating terms with him. So as time passes, everybody is a little sad about it. But the Lord has never forgotten his service. Okay, it's very interesting. And there's a procession coming every So my festival day and all that, they bring the Lord on palanquin. So the Lord will specially structure it in such a way that he wants to go to Vishnu Chitta's. Not for so long. I'm bothered. The Lord is coming. The procession will come right in front of Vishnu Chitta's house. I'll stand there. Why? Because the Lord was asked by Lakshmi, what are you doing about the devotee of yours? Is this thing? You don't have any this thing? He has done so much of seva, such a wonderful devotee. How can he keep quiet without doing anything? Well, okay, I'll visit him. And then the Lord comes in this deity form in front of the house. And Vishnu Chitta is in the front area of the house. He's lying down and sleeping because some fight with his so-called keep of a mistress, and she doesn't like something, and so he is lying down. And right outside the window, the Lord stops there on the palanquin, waiting for Vishnu Chitta to see him. He never sees the Lord. It's a procession, trumpet, and this thing and all that. His mind is fully absorbed in the right opposite of what. And then it's not successful. The Lord is not successful in diverting him. So he goes back, and Lakshmi says that this is not you can't leave him alone like that. You got to do something. Just because I told you went to the house and nothing happened, you can't come back like that. You're a devotee, you have to do something. So she's nagging him, so he does a whole plan. He plants his golden pot somehow in this lady's house through his agents. And then in the morning, they find that the pot is not there in this thing, and they search around and find it in the lady's house. And Vishnu Chitta gets blamed for it. You are the man of the house, right? So how did it come into your house? So he gets punished. And all sorts of things happen. And then Vishnu says, I did not do all this. But then he gets a chance to be away from that lady. And then he is imprisoned. And there the Lord influences him when he's away from that lady. Takes out and tells him. And then the Lord also influences and tells that it's the lady who stole, not him. And then she gets tried out. And in this way, Vishnu Chitta comes back to his normal consciousness. Wow, whatever happened again. And then he feels so bad. And he goes to the devotees. He made a very big blunder. I was in such a wonderful position, serving the Lord. And in a jiffy, this thing happened to me. How powerful is the Lord's Maya? And then he seeks the shelter that he be reinstated. So it's called Tondara or Adipodi. Adipodi means the dust from the feet. Tondara means a servant. Taking the dust of the feet of the servants and putting it on his head, I'm always your eternal servant. I never want to be in this dangerous position of forgetting Krishna. The story is mentioned. He went off the rails. But the Lord reinstated him because he did not forget the wonderful service he has done. He personally protected him and brought him back. Right? So that's why Krishna says, don't worry, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigachati. He'll be reinstated very soon because he has got a taste. He'll never forget that taste. And that taste is very powerful. It will bring him back. Okay? So it's quite common sometimes. And sometimes in higher circles, it's not so common. But it can happen to even very big people. It happened to Bharat Maharaj. It happened to Vishnu Chitta. That doesn't mean that you should take Krishna consciousness very loosely. It's okay, it happened to Vishnu Chitta. You are not Vishnu Chitta, neither are you, Bharat Maharaj. It's better we try our best to follow it. And in case something happens like that, we take recourse to Krishna and pray to Krishna. Any other question?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So, in the process of getting that higher taste, how if in the material life, leading the material life, so it's like keeping the legs on both, how we manage,
How do we manage?
manage.
You have to manage. It's a very general question, so I like to give a very general answer. There are many things you manage. You're challenged by not only spiritual life and material life, you're also inside your material life making many decisions about how to balance your work and your household duties, your time with your child, and not you're like balancing all that also. No, how are you balancing? You have set some priorities, isn't it? You have set some priorities. From morning, so and so time, so and so I'll be in the office. I'll not work more than 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm coming back, spending time with my children. Otherwise, your life will become crazy. So there are some priorities we set. We go to sleep early, you get up early. And so you have to design your life in such a way what is very important to you should not be compromised. Right? These are primary duties in life. Becoming a devotee of Krishna, rendering devotional service, chanting Hare Krishna, they become primary. And the secondary duties are my material duties, which anyway is going to end when I die. It's got no value when I die. Right? But my primary duty is eternal duty. After my death also, it will come as my benefit. So the more I put my time into the primary duty, the more I increase my bank balance of devotional sukriti. And that stays with me. So knowing this, you must know how to prioritize. So you should, for each one it differs, but it's your decision to do certain things. And nobody else can do it for you. You prioritize, make it stick to it. Yeah. Are you getting an echo? Are you getting an echo? Why the speaker is set with echo on it? For any reason? Maybe you want to reduce echo, it'll be more clear. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I have a follow-up question to him, and I'm at a very nascent stage. So, for somebody who wants to have, get to the higher path journey, what is the, because we live in a results-driven, environment, what is the first milestone that I can achieve where I start to feel that, yes, I'm on the right path and I'm trying to get there where I want to be?
First milestone, you'll stop drinking chai. Like it happened to me. Something that you have. Virakti, it is called. No more wanting to do certain types of things, which I had a great. You'll automatically start getting, I don't need that. That's an indication that you're moving ahead. Other times it was very essential that I do this and do that. So those things are no more important. I can live without that. That shows that you're getting a higher taste. It's a milestone. And you hold that and you keep going, move ahead, you get bigger milestones in life. And you can make some of the hard decisions in life.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for such an amazing lecture. My question is that, like the example you gave for Vishnu Chitta, and why you sometimes feel high and sometimes you feel low, and why this happens, why you, even the Lord is so powerful, why you get attracted towards the material life, like what happens, why we we get disconnected and then we come back again.
It is because your energy, a marginal energy of the Lord, Tatashta Shakti. You can swing from this side to this side. It's possible. So the more we get determined to stick to the right side, to the higher taste, then you'll be able, because nothing is automatic. We're all used to automation and doing all things this way, that way, and all that. But a personal, loving relationship with the Lord is not something that you can automate. It's an exercise of free will, of falling in love with the Lord. Okay? When that is done, then there's no question of anything material troubling you. Even if it does, it just be incidental, something. Right? So, if you ask a question, why is it that it happens? You're part of the marginal energy of the Lord, and therefore it can happen. That's your basic property. But this doesn't mean there's an excuse. Oh, I have marginal energy, therefore it happens to me. It also says that you may be in the marginal energy, but what Krishna has spoken is, if you get attached to me, manmana bhava madbhaktaha madhyaji mam namaskuru, you'll be fixed in consciousness. See, param drishtva nivartate. You'll become fixed. Because it's the attachment to the Lord and love for the Lord that actually fixes the conditioned soul. That's a fixity of purpose. That's a fixity of your constitutional position. And that's where you feel completely at home and you don't need anything else. Yayatma suprasiddhati. The soul becomes very pleased, very happy, completely settled. I don't need anything else to satisfy me. Right? So when you get that position, there is no chance of you opting for something else. So Bhagavad Gita is telling us to come and situate ourselves in that fixed state, fixed in consciousness. Till then, you will have a little. Prabhupada told us that in the sadhana process, till you come to the ruchi stage, you'll find it a little wobbling. You'll be struggling a bit. You come to the point of tasting, I said, and appreciating the taste. And then after that, you're in safer mode. Because you like it. Even now, you're fixed in sense gratification because you like it. That's simple logic. And for want of any better engagement that I like, I'm stuck in this. But if I give me a higher engagement, raso varjam rapupyasa, I'll stick on that. That's the nature of the soul. Okay? Yeah. So we want to stick ourselves on the higher taste. Any other question? Yeah. Who? Any other question? Okay. Om Tat Sat.
A quick thank you note. Thank you so much, Maharaj. That was a fantastic class, so engaging. Let's give a big round of applause to Maharaj. And in gratitude, let's stand for Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Maharaj, you very nicely explained the conditional soul example with the lion. It was absolutely very easy to follow. We are in that state. And you highlighted the point that when we get higher taste, we will give the lower taste. Your personal example was very helpful. It was very relatable. I'm sure many of us agree. It happened to us as well. And the key point is whatever happens, Krishna consciousness activities should always remain. We should very, very carefully be engaged in Krishna consciousness. So that's the key takeaway. Give up the lower taste and take up the higher taste. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for coming here and giving us your holy association and blessing us. Please come often. It was so nice to have you here. With that, with that, we conclude the section of the special class today. Now we have the Arati. We request all devotees to please rise up.
Mridang player irukkaru. Good Mridanga player. Then I will sing.
Devotee special announcement. Maharaj will be doing the Kirtan today. And Radha Ras Bihari Prabhu will do the Pujari service.
Faster Arati today because
I don't mind. Tell me, between what time to what time?
Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Who is a pujari? We just synchronize with him. That's all.
No, what do you mean?
I will synchronize with Maharaj, whatever Maharaj.
नहीं आप जब करेंगे पूजा कितना टाइम लेंगे आप 10 मिनट 10 minutes I'll do.
Go on the road.
Where's my bag? Where's the chair? No, give me my bag.
Oh, that bad, Maharaj.
My bag and chanting bag with me. தண்ணி இருக்க குடிக்கிறது
Yeah, no, yeah.
Start the Arati. Oh, Arati is here.
Take the level here, Maharaj.
Should I keep it here?
Yeah, after.
Thank you. Wants to sing along.
Hare Krishna.
Dance and sure. We'll sing.
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
Yeah.
You can sing along.
Sing next to Maharaj.
Shri Advaita Gadadhara
Gadadara.
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Ivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga.
Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga.
Nittai Gauranga. Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana. Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hare.
Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari.
Patita Pavana Gaura Hare. Nittai Gaura Hariba. 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 Nittai Gaura Hariba.
Haribo, Nittai Gaura Haribo.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
Gaura Premanande.
Haribo.
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Ashtottara Satashri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravindra Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki
नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की, श्री प्रभुपाद की, प्रभुपाद अनुगा की, समवेत भक्त वृंद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gaurang, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Namaste Narasingaya. Namaste Narasingaya. Namaste Narasingaya. Namaste Narasingaya. Praladadadayine.
Praladayadayine,
Praladadadayine.
Praladayadayine,
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. 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 Shilatankanakalaye. 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 Kanakalaye. Ito Nasimha Parato Nasimha. Ito Nasimha Parato Nasimha. Nasimha Parato Nasimha. Nasimha Parato Nasimha. Yato yato yamitato nasimho. Yato yato yamitato nasimho. Yato yato yamitato nasimho.
Yato yamitato nasimho.
Ahe nasimho hridaye nasimho.
Pahe Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho.
Ahe nasimho hridaye nasimho.
Pahe Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho.
Narasimhamadem sharanam prapade.
Narasimhamadem Sharanam Prapate.
Narasimhamadem sharanam prapade.
Narasimhamadem Sharanam Prapate.
Tavakara kamalavare naka abhuta shringa dalita hiranyakashipu tanu bringa Keshavadrita narahari rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Avakara Kamalavare Nakam Adhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Kesavatirtha Narahari Rupa Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare
Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Kesavatirtha Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare
Jaya Jagadish Hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. Jaya
Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev.
Jaya Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev.
Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad.
Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta
Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Nittai Gaura Hariba, 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 Nittai Gaura Hariba. Haribo, Haribo, Nittai Gaura Haribo.
Thank you, Dhriti, for the Kirtan. Thank you, Radha Raspiri Prabhu, for the Pujari service. I know we are late for the Prasadam, but please, little more patience. We have a long list of announcements today and cake cutting. So with that,